Imagine this. The year is 1000 AD. A Viking longship slices through the waves of the North Atlantic. Its dragon-head prow stares ahead at a new horizon. Behind it lies Greenland, frozen, hostile, barely habitable. But ahead, something unimaginable. A vast coastline, endless forests, rivers brimming with fish, grapevines climbing wild, a land of bounty. History remembers this place as Vinland, and it remembers what came next. The Vikings left, but what if they hadn't? What if, instead of abandoning America, they stayed and built an empire? What if the story of America didn't begin with Columbus, but with the Norse? This is the alternate history of a world we almost lived in. This is the story of Viking America. Let's begin with what really happened. Around 985 AD, the Greenland settlement was founded by Eric the Red. Greenland was harsh, barren, and survival was brutal. Yet it became a stepping stone to something greater, because Eric's son, Leif Erikson, set his sails westward. He found land, fertile, green, alive. He found Vinland. Archaeology confirms the Norse reached North America. At L'Anse aux Meadows in Newfoundland, Canada, excavations revealed timber halls, iron nails, and the unmistakable traces of Viking life. This was the first European settlement in the New World, centuries before Columbus. But Vinland failed. Why? 3 reasons. Environment. The Atlantic was unforgiving. The crossing from Greenland took weeks through storms and ice. Conflict. The sagas tell of violent clashes with indigenous peoples, the Skraelings. For the Vikings, these enemies were fierce, numerous, and determined. Isolation. Greenland itself was struggling. Vinland was too far, too costly, too risky. And so, within a few decades, the Norse abandoned America. The dream of Vinland was buried. But what if history bent another way? What if Leif Erikson had been luckier? Let's change the story. Picture this. Instead of retreat, Leif Erikson's colony thrives. Reinforcements arrive. More ships, more settlers, farmers, craftsmen, families. By 1020, a chain of Norse settlements stretches across the coast, and something remarkable happens. After bloody clashes, both sides realize the cost of endless war. The Norse and the native tribes begin to trade. Iron for furs, timber for crops, knowledge for knowledge. And from this exchange, something new is born. A people neither fully Norse nor fully native. They call themselves the Vinlandir, warriors with Norse armor, but native mastery of the land. Farmers who plant barley beside corn and beans. Storytellers whose sagas are sung in a language half Old Norse, half Algonquian. This fusion society spreads. By 1100, Viking America isn't a struggling frontier, it's a thriving outpost of the Norse world. By 1200, the Vinlandir expand south along the Atlantic seaboard. Settlements appear near the Chesapeake, along the Mississippi, and around the Great Lakes. Instead of vanishing, the Vikings become indigenous to America. And this raises the question, what happens when Europe finds out? Fast forward. It's the 1400s. In our history, Columbus sets sail for Spain and discovers the New World. But in this alternate world, Spain receives devastating news. The New World isn't empty. It belongs to the Norse. By now, Vinland is 400 years old, a civilization in its own right. Its cities rival those of Europe. Its fleets dominate the Atlantic. Its culture is a strange, powerful hybrid. The church is horrified because in Vinland's wooden churches, Christ and Odin share the same altar. Carved ravens sit above the cross. A hybrid faith is spreading, Christianity fused with Norse gods. To Rome, This isn't Christianity, it's heresy. Whispers spread of a crusade across the ocean, a holy war not for Jerusalem, but for Vinland, a battle to reclaim America for the Pope. But Europe is too late. The Vinlandir are strong. Their alliances with native tribes are unbreakable. Their warriors fight with both iron swords and arrows tipped with fire. The age of exploration doesn't belong to Spain or Portugal. It belongs to the Norse. Let's zoom out. What changes in a world where Vikings colonize America? 1. Scandinavia becomes the powerhouse. In our world, Spain and Portugal grew rich from colonies. In this timeline, it's Denmark, Norway, and Iceland. Vinland pours wealth back across the Atlantic. Picture this: Oslo, rebuilt in marble and gold. Viking kings richer than Charlemagne ever dreamed. European monarchs bowing to a Norse crown. 2. Indigenous survival. Here's the twist. Native peoples don't collapse instantly under conquest. They adapt alongside the Norse for centuries. Diseases spread, yes, but slower, giving time to recover. Civilizations like the Iroquois Confederacy or the Mississippian culture might thrive deep into modernity. 3. Religion transformed. Vinlandir Christianity spreads across the Atlantic, a mix of pagan ritual and Christian gospel. The cross and the hammer of Thor carried side by side. Europe is forced to adapt. The Pope's authority shrinks. 4. The slave trade. Disrupted in our world, the plantation system fueled the Atlantic slave trade. In this world, Norse America relies on freeholders, small communal farmers. Slavery exists, but never explodes on the same scale. The African slave trade as we know it might never dominate global history. 5. A Viking Empire. By 1600, Vinland is an empire stretching from Canada to the Gulf of Mexico. Its fleets trade with Africa, Europe, and Asia. By 1800, it's the richest state on Earth. The balance of power has shifted forever. So what does this alternate modern world look like? Instead of Washington, D.C., the capital might be Leifsborg, a great city founded by Erikson's descendants near modern New York. Instead of the stars and stripes, the flag might be a black raven banner. Instead of English, the national language is Old Norse blended with Algonquian. Harsh, guttural, but beautiful. Instead of presidents, rulers are chosen at a thing, an open-air assembly where free men and women vote with stones. Imagine sagas carved in rune stones across the Rocky Mountains. Norse explorers reaching the Pacific coast centuries early. Norse words for deserts, buffalo, redwood forests. And now picture this. Instead of the Declaration of Independence read in English, imagine it shouted in the thunderous tones of Old Norse. A constitution proclaimed beneath raven banners, echoing like the clash of shields. This is the America that never was. So, let's ask the question one last time. What if the Vikings had stayed? Would America today be freer, more equal, more advanced? Or would it be a harsher world, ruled by axe and shield instead of law and pen? One thing is certain. If the Norse had held America, history itself would look unrecognizable. So, would you want to live in Viking America? Drop your answer in the comments. And if you want to keep exploring the hidden turns of history, hit subscribe. Because next week, we'll uncover a world of lost knowledge and power. What if the Library of Alexandria was never destroyed?